example is of finding the mean of a grouped frequency distribution. So the reason we can't use our normal formula for the mean is because even though we know that there were 52 drivers with 0 to 3 accidents, I don't know exactly how many drivers had 0 accidents, how many had 1, how many had 2, or how many had 3. So I don't have the actual data points to add together and divide by the total. So the first thing we want to do to find the mean of a group frequency distribution is get the midpoint for each class. And we'll use the symbol X with a little m. That means midpoint. Okay, so remember, to get the midpoint, all we have to do is add up our limits and divide by 2. So for this one, I'm going to do 0 plus 3 and then divide that by 2. So that's going to give me 1.5. The next one is going to be 4 plus 7 divided by 2. And we can use our calculator. So 4 plus 7 divided by 2, that's 5.5. Then the next one, 8 plus 11 divided by 2, that's 9.5. And then 12 plus 15 divided by 2 is 13.5. Okay, our next step is going to be to fill in our last column, which is going to be the frequency times the midpoint. And I'll put a little note up there. So that's frequency times the midpoint. And our frequency column right here is just our number of drivers. So for the first class, it's going to be 52 times 1.5. See the calculator. So that's 78. And then 34 times 5.5, 187. 12 times 9.5, that's 114. And then 2 times 13.5 is 27. Okay? So we have our columns filled in. The next thing we need to do is add up the last column. So 78 plus 187 plus 114 plus 27 gives us a total of 406. Okay, and we also need to add up our total frequencies. So that second column right there, I need to add up 52 plus 34 plus 12 plus 2, and that's 100. And then our last step to get our mean, our x bar, is going to be to take the frequency times the midpoint, so this last column, the sum of that, so 406 over 100, which was our frequency. So it's the sum of the frequencies times the midpoint divided by the total number. So if we do 406 divided by 100, that gets us a mean of 4.06 accidents per driver. Sorry, screaming out, and that's it. So 4.06 accidents per driver. That's how you find the mean of a grouped frequency distribution.